It just got real. The judge says in Diddy's case that the young lady must reveal her name, or else she's going to dismiss the case. Is the truth starting to really come out? Yeah. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like the cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, Platinum Artist, Platinum Songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, click on the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news, the judge in Diddy's case involving the civil cases filed by the Texas lawyer, Mr. Tony Busby, if you will, the judge says she's just not having it. And basically she's saying that, hey, you know what? Diddy Accuser must reveal her name in the case or it will be thrown out, the judge rules. This is very important. And the reason that is like I said, when I tell you from the perspective that I understand it, that somebody can say anything about you, and it's bad enough that they can say anything about you, but in relation to this case, like I said, once again, people are coming out of the woodworks, and this lawyer is located in Texas. I don't believe Diddy ever had any. The individual says that they were invited to some party, and I'm going to get into the details right here. You know, it's kind of unfortunate, if you will. You know, basically, the judge is saying, U.S. District Court Judge Murray Kay, in a ruling on yesterday, said that while the case is highly sensitive and Jane Doe is likely to face public scrutiny if she proceeds under her own name, her desire to remain anonymous does not outweigh the interests of Combs and the public. In the customary and constitutionality embedded presumption of openness in the judicial proceedings. The judge basically said the woman's complaint provided insufficient evidence that she would face significant risk of harm if publicly named. Judge said also said that lawyers offered no support for this assertion beyond the fact that 20 years ago, Combs threatened Doe's life if she fled at the scene of the alleged situation, if you will. The complaint also said that Combs has had no contact with Doe in the years since and noted that Combs is currently detained. The judge also said that her lawyers failed to provide evidence that revealing Doe's identity would cause mental harm, noting that public humiliation was not enough. She said they failed to submit evidence from a mental professional or a sworn affidavit from Doe. Now, let me tell you why that's important. So now, they don't have a sworn affidavit from Jane Doe in regarding her accusations involving Sean Combs allegedly doing something to her. Very important. And the reason why it's important is because in the case involving the indictment of the RICO Act, right, there were affidavits submitted to the grand jury, and that's what gave the grand jury or led the grand jury to come to the decision that they did involving charging Sean Combs with the indictment. Once again, an indictment is not a conviction. We know that. But in this young lady's case, they filed under a Jane Doe and didn't even get a affidavit statement from her in regards to why she thought that her being a unnamed plaintiff, if you will, right? She didn't even file an affidavit, or the lawyer, Tony Busby, didn't even bother to get an affidavit from her. So where are these allegations even coming from, right? If you will. So from that perspective, this is very important. There's no affidavit. The judge basically saying, hey, look, if you don't provide your identity, we're going to see how much she really means or what she's saying. And see, we need to stop taking these accusations as, oh, somebody was done harm. No, we can't play into that anymore. This is, like I said, this is serious. This not just involves Sean P. Diddy Combs. This involves each and every person that lives in the United States of America. Somebody can say you did something to them that you didn't actually do. Take you to court, make you get a lawyer, spend all this money, and they're broke. They don't have any money. So you going after them in regards to your legal fees or whatever that is, it's kind of like, what? You know, we seen 50 Cent go through that with the young lady, and he won the lawsuit and he wanted his money. You know what I mean? And he was, going after his money. Like I said, once again, at the end of the day, most people don't understand that. They just like to see people who are successful take a fall. I'm not interested in that. That doesn't interest me at all. What interests me is the fact that there's a legal claim, there's a merit to the claim, and at the end of the day, that the person, if guilty, would be punished, or the person who has been wrong would be compensated from that perspective. Now, once again, you have these accusations named under Jane Doe, which says, well, anybody can come in. And to be honest, Tony Busby has filed 12 cases with Jane Doe's, but yet has also, I believe the 10-year-old situation, 10-year-old boy situation was filed by him, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, the mere accusation of something like that is damaging in itself based on the fact, but there's no merit, there's no evidence, there's no nothing. There's just an accusation. And that being made in the media like that, once again, and I'm going to show you what else the judge said in regards to that. Check this out. The judge is serious. The judge she's not, look, people who have legal professions, man, and they've been practicing law for years, they don't have time for that. Look at this. The judge also said she had also considered the fairness to Combs' camp in defending himself, which would be difficult without her identity being made, given that the alleged attack happened some 20 odd years ago. You can see what that would be a problem 20 some odd years ago, and somebody saying that you did something to them that, 20 years ago, it's been a lot of people, a lot of parties, let's consider, even if the person was even at the party. I don't even know this person, right? So now the judge is saying put up or shut up. And like I said, when it comes down to this, anybody can make an accusation. As I told you with the book involving the thing that they said Kim Porter and all of this, that, and the other, and her hard drives and these videos they alleged to have, none of that, from what we understood, was to be true. Like I said, you can check that video out over on the Art of Dialogue when I did the interview with Chris Todd, the alleged author of the book, from that perspective, or Jamal, if you will, who didn't exist, and we found that out also from that perspective. But this is very important. People are alleging things, and the judge is saying, hey, how can a person defend themselves from somebody they don't know? No, literally, in being named anonymous in a lawsuit, right? So, and when you continue, like I said, the defendants have a right to defend themselves, including by investigating the plaintiff, and the people have a right to know who is using their courts. Absolutely. So you can't just go and file a claim willy-nilly and be like, okay, yeah, the people who pay the taxes to the United States government, federal, state, and otherwise, don't want their money being wasted by somebody filing a frivolous lawsuit in regards to something like this. In denying the motion, the judge gave Jane Doe until November 13th to file a complaint in her own name. Boy, this is serious. In denying the motion, the judge gave Jane Doe that she has until November 13th to file a complaint in her own name or the case will be dismissed. NBC News has reached out to the woman's lawyer, Tony Busby, for a comment on the ruling. Busby filed the lawsuit under the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence and Protection Act, under which victims have a 2-year window ending in March 2025 to file other claims. This suit was one of the 6 complaints Busby filed in the Southern District of New York, all anonymously. All of the cases have been anonymous on October 14th. Ladies and gentlemen, the test has been put out there. And I'm going to tell you like this. These federal judges, they're not playing any games. You playing with people who went to school, and this is the sad part. So NBC News reached out to Tony Busby. Just a few weeks ago, he told us he had 120 lawsuits, right? Involving something that Sean P. Diddy Combs has alleged to have happened. I'm not talking about the guilt or innocence of Sean P. Diddy Combs. I'm talking about justice for each and every person listening to this broadcast of Straight Game right now. Somebody can say you did something that you did not do, file it under some anonymous Jane Doe, and expect to receive compensation from you. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. That is in some cases, it's warranted, where cases that can be confirmed that the person knew the person, that the person was in contact with the person, and all of these things, right? Like I told you before, Cassie got paid because Cassie filed a lawsuit with her name in it. If you want to get paid, you're going to have to be named. I said that before. I'm going to say it right now. So please understand that what this is that's going on right now is the judge saying, put up or shut up. And she has until November 13th to file a case with her name on it. We're going to see if she can do that. If she can't do that, it is to be thought that all of the lawsuits that Tony Busby has filed are to be the same, because he named nobody. Filing it under the this thing. Let me go back to it to get the proper name, under the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act. Right. This is the veil that Tony Busby is using to file these cases under. Right. Not to say that he's right, not to say that he's wrong, but once again, one must put up right now or shut up right now in regards to this situation. Also, you go deeper. The complaint was filed against Sean Combs, several of his businesses, including his label Bad Boy Records and the Marriott International. The complaint alleged that Jane Doe, who now resides in Tennessee, had been invited to one of Combs' photo shoots in Brooklyn, New York in 2004. She went to the photo shoot where she and another freshman from her dormitory were invited to an after party. At the party, Combs told Doe and her friend they should come to his hotel first for a more exclusive party. Doe and her friend agreed and were taken to a Manhattan area Marriott hotel by a member of Combs' entourage, the complaint said. There, Doe and her friend were allegedly grabbed and taken to a separate bedroom off from the main party and locked inside with Combs, according to the filing. Once inside, Combs allegedly gave them drinks, ordered them to use cocaine, and forcibly touched them. The complaint said he allegedly ordered Doe's friend to perform oral copulation, or else he would have them both killed. This is, I'm not even going to read. This is crazy, man. Look, this is crazy. Look. And then it goes on to say, a security guard opened the door at one point and Doe's friend rushed out. Doe was ordered to stay, and she waited for about a half an hour until another security guard came and told her she could leave, the complaint said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy. This is just gone. Once again, we're gonna see, and I'm not gonna say that it didn't happen versus it did happen. You know, if it's true or not, I'm not gonna go there. Like I said, once again, I'm talking about somebody filing a case and remaining anonymous, right? Okay, we see this. We see what the young lady alleged happened, her and her friend, and so on. And he made him do drugs. He put something, gave him drinks, made him do drugs, and all of these other things, right? At that particular time, they supposedly were scared and so on and so forth. Like the judge said, Sean P. Diddy Combs right now is incarcerated. There would be no need for you to be scared from that perspective, right? 20 years ago, we don't know if this situation was consensual or not. It is somebody saying something about somebody doing something to them based under the climate under which things are going right now, right? And so it's more apt to be believed than not. But how does one defend oneself when the person is anonymous? I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know if it's really a person. I don't even know if it's a person, somebody naming something that happened and filing a frivolous lawsuit. But we will see. November 13th is the put up or shut up date. And we're going to see if the young lady then files a case. You know, but like I said, the judge said, look here, I'm not going for it. You have to identify yourself so that the defendant and named in the lawsuit, Sean Combs, can actually mount a formidable defense and to try to defend yourself. You can't defend yourself from somebody you don't know, that you probably never met, or you could have met, and it could have been a situation that was consensual. I don't know that, right? But as of right now, we don't even know if the person exists. So before people start to get in their feelings, like I said, ooh, they filed another lawsuit. Oh, here come another lawsuit. Oh, they now say it's a 10-year-old boy who not 10 years old anymore, right? But yet the alleged 10-year-old boy remains anonymous under the victims of whatever act, right? And once again, like I always say, this is a stain on the victims who really go through situations like this, when lawsuits like this, be they frivolous, or should I say, be they frivolous in nature, in fact, in merit, in substance, and all of those things for the people who really had things happen to them, like I said. And so when somebody comes out now and it's something real and it's something, you know, substantive, there's facts behind, people are less likely to believe it because of situations like this. This is basically what the judge is doing in this situation right now. So like I said, November 13th will be the day that we see, you know, what happens involving this situation. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.